Kristen. I did a middle part because of Kristen's post today. You guys will have to go check it out. But
wait, we got a middle part over here.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway,
we got a middle part.
What? Nice job. It looks great.
There you go.
Oh, Emma has a middle part.
Yeah, I love that.
How the middle part.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're on Facebook, but what I was starting to say is that I do put these on YouTube under the Team Transformers name. Okay, so if you're ever missing one and you want to share it, I'm counting on Doug to do the recording today. So he'll have to load it to YouTube. You got that? All right. Great. All right, so let's first start off by which events are you excited about? And then we're going to go to Cindy Galloway, our new qualifying national marketing director. Woohoo! So tell us which events so that will help refresh everybody's memory on what you are working on this week. Maybe you have your own events. Maybe you have one right after this, the women's event that you're excited about, or the KMD Keep Punching one tonight, or what? Which ones are you excited about? Uh-oh.
We're doing one on Thursday.
Okay, good. What is it?
It's Love Your Gut, and Cindy is going to be in charge of that one. And it'll be Stacy Joy. It'll be a live stream into our Wildly Healthy group and on Zoom. And that is pretty much it. Cindy is in charge of that one this time. Yay. Yeah.
That's going to be phenomenal. And so we are going to ask Cindy questions too after she shares her journey. So start thinking of some good questions for Cindy. Okay, so what other events are you guys excited about? I think I saw a Dr. Sears event. Anybody excited about that one?
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, I saw the Dr. Sears event, which is this Thursday. It's around lunchtime. And I love how it says how to raise a smarter baby, because who doesn't want to raise smart kids, right? And then there was one on the thyroid that I was like, wow, a lot of people have issues with their thyroids. My sister's one of them. And that is on March 10th at 8 p.m. with a Dr. Benedito. I've never heard of him before, but I think it's a great topic and a lot of people could relate to it.
Okay, I didn't see that one.
No.
Maybe you could put that in the
I'll put it in our Team Transformers. Okay.
Yeah, all the flyers can be found on Team Transformers chat, or Doug is showing you the Facebook group. So we're going to After Dark on Wednesday. So if you come on the Lunch and Learn at 12, I'll be here because I always come on, even though I cancel things or move things. I always know there's somebody who wants to come on for individual coaching. So I come on here just to say hi. But we will not have a Lunch and Learn at 12. We're going to have it After Dark with Jules about customer care Wednesday. And then at 12:30, though, it just so happens that Rachel Brewer does have an event that Doug is going to participate in about the Tower Garden. So you can invite people to that Tower Garden event, or there's one Thursday night. There's like a ton of events Thursday nights. Let's see, and they all seem to be around 8 o'clock. So you're going to need to choose.
Well, even before Wednesday, I think tonight, this
That's
looks
today
really great.
at 1.
Oh, this is today at 1.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to be texting during Lunch and Learn for the some team members to definitely check this out to get vision, especially newer team members that maybe don't have vision of how big this all really is. That's huge. I think these JPVFs are really good. And I've been meaning to check this out a little bit more. So I'm definitely, Sharon and I are going to have a date and watch these together.
Uh-huh.
She's very excited.
And the PowerPoints are on there, which is great. You can always not even go to the recordings or the live, but use the PowerPoints. Emma says, hi, do you have a middle part?
Yeah, I do.
And then we got our gardening. I have no idea what this is going to be like, but it's always good. I mean, at least Rachel Brewer plans things. Usually we just go on and we just figure something's going to happen. And some of the best events are those Tower Garden things. So.
As far as the JPVF, I just wanted to say I've watched that several times just so I can get more confidence in presenting the different things, whether it's the business or About Juice Plus in general. And so it is really handy to have. And in fact, I did use it last Friday to go over the virtual franchise with a friend. We were on the phone, and so I just said, hey, let's just go to this site and then I'll just walk you through it, and that'll answer some of your questions. So it was nice and easy, and that's what I've been hoping to do for a while. And so I finally did it, and so it's all good.
And is that something you learned on the Lunch and Learn?
Well, it's something I've thought of before and wanted to do, and then you said it on the Lunch and Learn too. So I was like, oh, that's good. I've just got to start doing this, because that's what I was thinking. And it is just handy. You can do it anywhere. You could be out to lunch with someone and just pull it up on your phone and go through it that way. So it's nice.
It's jpvf.org. And if you go to the product presentation, the whole presentation is there, and you could just flip through it with somebody. Or if you go to the business presentation, that is there, and you can flip through it, with somebody. So you don't need to download PowerPoint. You can, but it's there. So it's nice to be able to do that. All right, Sony's got her background. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. Make sure you're in the Voxer chat. There's a lot going on, a lot of events. The best thing to do is figure out which ones you really want to invite for, and sit down and get a pen and paper and actually invite, because there's all these things, but if they just pass us by, they're not really helping us at all. So
and I'll just be transparent and tell you that there's so many events, but honestly, just like Sharon said, if I don't say, okay, JPVF on Tuesday, I have to imagine that it's my event, or I won't invite to it at all. But if we make our own events, which by the way,
right, bring that one up. There's two. So last time we were here, we talked about doing an event together. So we all came up with the customer appreciation event. I went ahead and made this poster. If you go to like Juice Plus Insights, they have digital images, and I use word swag. Okay. So we're going to be working on this to just make it awesome.
Tuesday the 16th, customer appreciation. This is not going to be like a presentation. This is literally going to be prizes, stories, and fun. We're going to get customers to tell their stories. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give away some stuff. It's going to be great. And
so we had a customer here this weekend, and she's had such great results, and she's living off of the shake and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, you should come on and share this on our customer appreciation event. And she said yes. So find, if you run into people that are really excited, say, Sharon and Doug, we want this person on, so let's make it a great event. Sorry, Doug, go ahead.
No, it's good. And we did not record, so we wanted to do this is kind of, it looks like the same poster-ish as the one I do the first Thursday of the month, but this is going to be next Friday on the 19th at 12:30. That is halfway through Lunch and Learn. So we're going to try something new. We'll do Lunch and Learn at 12, and we're going to blitz some last minute invites to this event. Then we're going to do the event at 12:30. And then we're going to do the same thing at 8:30 p.m. at night. So at 8 o'clock, you can get on and hang out with us and blitz, and then we do the event. So we got to fill in like how we're going to do the event. We're going to try and make it more stories and more conversational and less of the regular one. But we know
work
that we
on
want to
making it short and sweet?
Yeah. How short is short to you?
I think you lose people after 30 minutes.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
It was like 35 minutes last time. So it
was like 50 minutes last time.
Which
one? It was way long, and like people just.
Oh, maybe not the last time. I don't know. But you could unshare, Dougie. I'm going to let everybody, I'm asking all to unmute so we can all scream in celebration that Cindy Galloway, who is our special speaker today, has just made it to qualifying national marketing director. So let's hear some screams. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yay!
There you go, Cindy.
Nice job.
Thank you, guys.
All the way from Texas.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate her coming on today, and she's going to share. But we're first going to have her sponsor, Gloria Hare, share about Cindy and introduce her. because they have worked very closely together to build this team who is incredible. So I'm so glad many of the team is on today so we could celebrate you and also celebrate Gloria, who is Cindy's upline sponsor and also qualifying national marketing director. Go ahead, Gloria.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. I am so excited to introduce my very special friend, Cindy Galloway. She and I taught together forever, and we really didn't get to know each other until really when she joined me on this journey. So that's when we really got connected and we started planning events together. We've been doing this for about 10 years, I think, since you started, Cindy.
I think it was 11 now. In
11 years now.
Well, this Pearson.
That's right. Okay. And so, and we've done Bible studies together. We've done a lot of different things together. So it's been really awesome time. Cindy is, she was an incredible teacher, and she brought her work ethic into Juice Plus and this business. She is a planner and she has goals and she follows those and she likes structure. So I love that about her. She keeps us all straight. She's just a beautiful, wonderful lady. And we went to our first conference I had to ask her, I thought it was Florida, but it was actually in Dallas. And that's at the Gaylord Hotel. And oh my gosh, I wish we had venues like that. I wish you all could have been at that one because it's an indoor thing. We were all indoors. It was her first one. And Cindy was a little bit timid and she was so glad that I was with her the whole time. And now look at you being a top leader. It's just amazing. But we had a fun time. Yes, the other day when she got the announcement, I have to tell you this for some of you that didn't know. I did not get the call early in the morning, and I'm glad I didn't, because when I finally did, I was able to go to Cindy's house. I texted her. I said, let's look over a couple of reports. And in her mind, she's thinking, oh no, one more thing that I didn't do right. And I didn't mean to come across that way, but we've been through this, and a lot of you probably know when you're going to different levels, different things happen and you go, oh, I didn't make it this month. And it's a bit frustrating, but that's what was going through her mind. When I got there, she was just getting, some friends were just leaving, and I got there and we got the call. And oh my gosh, the shocked look on her face, I wish you could have seen it. And that's what I wanted. I wanted her to be totally surprised, but it was like a shock. And she just kept grabbing me and saying, is this really real? Did it really happen this time? And then she danced around the table, and she kept dancing around the table.
A lot of energy.
I wish I would have had a camera to, take a movie of that. It's just so precious. So anyway, Cindy, I'm so proud of you. And
thank you, Gloria.
Just excited, and I'll let you take it from there. You have a great story, and I didn't want to touch into your story.
Okay. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you. So Sharon, you want me just to share my story and then we'll go from there?
Yes, I just want to say that it's one of the most exciting things for us. Once we've hit a leadership level, for us to now have somebody else join us, that's our dream, So we appreciate you because you helped us realize our dream. It's so exciting. And I know the same for Gloria, same for Stacy. And also it gives a lot of hope to everyone on here who just, you may not have even had this as a goal, that over time, this is something that happened. And just so you guys know, she's getting a $5,000 bonus. She's getting benefits from the company, which I've always loved, that our company gives benefits from home, that you can be home, but have dental, orthodontic, and all that. Medical will come at NMD. They want her to keep moving. But she's getting all the other benefits, which is amazing. Okay, I'll be quiet. You go ahead, Cindy. Yes.
Well, I first heard about Juice Plus from Gloria. We had taught together as teachers in the same school, but didn't really know each other well. She did have my son in second grade, but we were like colleagues. And when you're at work in the classroom, you're in the classroom, So she had retired and she was reaching out to me, and I guess I was on her chicken list, didn't know it at the time, but I praise God every day that she was very persistent at calling and reaching out to me. And so after a little bit, I was working on my master's at that time, and that just kind of was consuming me with that and work. So I had a day that I could go. And so a friend of mine said, let's go. I had no idea what Gloria wanted to share with me. I just knew she kept asking me, and I thought I would finally show up just as a friend. So that's what happened there. So I had been, so 3 years prior to her, and this was probably the main reason she kept inviting me, because she knew this, I had come down with pneumonia that almost took my life. And I was in the hospital for over a week. And when I got out of the hospital, it took me a long time just to have any energy. And then I found myself on like a revolving door in and out of the doctor's office. I was on inhalers and steroids and antibiotics. And as soon as I'd start feeling better, I'd have about a week or two, and then bam, I was back in the doctor's office. So and I was trying to work through all of this and finish up my master's program at the same time. So that's what was happening in my life at that time. So I was like really sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't know if any of you have been there, but that's where I was. And I had a basket this size full of vitamins that I was trying to take to start feeling better. But, I just wasn't feeling better. So when I heard about the power, actually it was Stacy Turner who did the presentation at Gloria's house. Isn't that funny? But whenever I heard about the power of whole food nutrition, it just kind of light bulbs went in my head. I was like, I never thought about fruits and vegetables could be my answer. It made perfect sense to me right away. And I ordered the trio right then. So because I was like, this makes sense to me. And then I had said in my head, I'm going to give this stuff 8 months. If it doesn't do anything, then chip out the window it goes. But the first thing I noticed was I could take it. It didn't make me nauseous. Vitamins made me nauseous, and that's the reason I wasn't consistent with them. But I could be consistent and I could take them. And then I started noticing I wasn't as tired as I had been. And then I wasn't getting sick as often. I just found the times into the doctor's office, were getting a little longer in between. But the big aha moment came whenever I had been on Juice Plus about 6 months and went to the dentist, and he didn't think he was looking into the same mouth, because he kept looking at his records and back at my mouth. And he finally said, what are you doing? Well, the only thing I had changed nothing else. I was just taking the Juice Plus. That was it. So I told Gloria about it, and she shared with me the research behind it. It wasn't published then, but it was finished. They were just waiting for the publication, and she shared that with me. Well, I was hooked. So my body was healing, and this stuff was really working, and I was excited. So I became one of those raving fan customers, and I was sharing my health journey with everybody that I'd see, and I'd even get their phone numbers, and I called Gloria and I said, Gloria, you need to get these people on Juice Plus. And she kept trying to encourage me to join her, but I had a deaf ear to it. I wasn't listening to her. I was busy. Like I said, I was working on my master's. I was in education. I was teaching little kindergarten kids. I love them dearly, but they zap the life out of you. But anyway, so I just really wasn't having much to do with that. So I just kept giving her phone numbers. But then I had lunch with my sister and niece, and they both said, and my niece is a chiropractor, they both said they wanted to get on Juice Plus. I said, let me call Gloria. So as soon as I called Gloria, she goes, I'll meet with you. So I remember us sitting in a little sandwich shop, and she had her computer out, and she slammed her hand on the table, and she said, that's enough. You're going to join me. She really didn't give me a choice. She said, Cindy, you're already doing what I'm doing. She said, I promise I'll help you. I'll take really good care of you. And she goes, you can get some money back. And I kind of like that because I was buying a lot of Juice Plus. I was buying it for my daughter. I was buying it for anybody in my family that wanted it. You know, my son, I was buying Juice Plus. So, when I said yes, I just didn't feel very confident about what I said yes to. But she was true to her word and she really took good care of me. And from the beginning of my business journey, I didn't really think of it as a journey, but I became very teachable. I'm kind of like one of those lifelong learners. I love to learn new things and it was just exciting. And I wanted to learn everything I could. But I want you to know, I was not going to be a salesman and I wasn't going to tell people about Juice Plus unless they had to come to me if they wanted to order. I wasn't following up with them. So I became Partner Plus right away. It wasn't called Partner Plus then, but with my family's orders, that kind of took care of that. And then in a year or so, I found myself at the second commission level and I was qualifying my business. And I really did not understand what I was doing. I was just sharing something that I loved. Numbers didn't mean anything to me. Gloria would just tell me, you're doing better than you think you are, Cindy. And I just plodded along. And I would kind of tease her because her last name is Hare. And I tell her, well, I'm your little turtle. I'm just going to plod along here. And with Gloria's help, before I knew it, I was sales coordinator. And I had a little team with me. Oh my goodness. And I think that was about that time that Gloria took me. No, I think it was before that. She took me to conference and I really did hang on to her. Like I was very timid, very nervous at that time in my life. I hadn't flown on an airplane very often. I had been to some educational conferences, but they're very different than this. So yeah. But she was good to stick with me. But anyway, my belief in the business started growing and my belief in I think my belief in the product's always been there. It was easy to share, but what I absolutely always loved about the Juice Plus family is I love the relationships. I just thought it was an amazing, positive community because you see, in education, as much as I loved it, and I felt called to do that, it just was turning into more of a negative thing instead of a positive thing. And I would find myself being grumpy and discouraged, by the time I came home. So I was loving this community and it was perfect, just a perfect fit for me. And then I watched Gloria and Stacy as they moved up into the leadership positions and what amazing leaders they were becoming. And I kind of caught that vision. I thought, what could this be for a retired teacher? Because my thought was to go teach at the college part-time. Well, I loved my Juice Plus family and I lost all desire to even want to teach on that level. I just didn't want to do it. So I started dreaming and I started setting goals and I made an action plan and I locked arms with my frontline buddy, Sherry Montoya, and we just planned events like crazy. And then I had this awesome sideline buddy named Linda. Everybody needs a Linda. That girl, like if I couldn't meet with somebody, she would meet with them. If I couldn't get hold of Gloria, and I got hold of Gloria a lot, she would answer my questions and she mentored me as though I was her distributor and I wasn't. We were just sideline buddies and we just became really, really good friends. And she encouraged me when I was down. But this new mindset and these buddies all locking arms with me helped me get to senior sales coordinator a few years ago. And that was exciting and fun. But like everyone else in the year 2020, it was a roller coaster of a ride. It still is. I'm not a huge social media person. I really struggled with the thought of not being able to have live events. And the lockdown soon had me struggling with depression. I had never experienced that before. So I had built my business on these personal connections at coffee shops and vendors and live events. And I realized that I really needed people, that I need to touch people and I need to hug people. So I found everything I knew had come to that abrupt halt and I had to kind of like reinvent myself. So the good thing is it made me have to be creative and I had to give myself permission. It's okay if you're not a social media person, you can find other ways. So I leaned on those buddies again and teammates. And since I couldn't set up booths or anything, I just really, I'm pretty good at customer care, but I just accelerated that with my customers. And I started asking, I got really brave and I started asking for some referrals. And then I got really good at following up with those referrals. I didn't just say, you know, I would get a phone number and I'd say, you know, and I would connect with them. And I said, I just want to give them some information. And I started reaching out to canceled customers too. And that's kind of where I started. And I prayed a lot. So I had to refigure out how to focus on skills that I didn't know. I was like, okay, what skills are you missing, Cindy? And I tried it, and I was reading lots of books, and I learned not to get hung up on numbers because that always throws me off. And I just loved on people. And with structure comes the numbers, I've learned. So my motto kind of became slow and steady wins the race. And I just kind of plodded along. So I worked on my mindset. I worked on loving my customers and team. I put most of my focus on God. That was my new action plan. I just stayed in line. And Linda had shared that with me years ago. And I really believe that. And also Gloria had always said, enjoy the journey. So with those two things, staying in line and enjoying the journey, I just plodded along. And then this is the part that's going to make me cry. My beautiful, wonderful team. They're so amazing. Each of my leaders found what worked for them, and they just kept going. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but New Mexico is pretty much still in lockdowns. Every month, I'd be amazed through a pandemic of the customers that we were helping, a new team that was being added. I believed in each and every person that has joined my team, and I truly love them. Together, we're just so much better. And I learned so much from each of them. It seems that with each new leadership position, the journey challenges and it blesses me. And at each step, I have learned that your mindset is the key. And I just want to share a verse that really speaks to me. Let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. And then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. And that comes from Romans 12:2. So on this journey, God has truly blessed me, even in a pandemic.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Cindy. Incredible. You guys can unmute if you want to clap. I see you, Linda. Linda is sideline buddy cheering you on.
Yay, Cindy.
Yay, Cindy.
Thank you. She's my buddy in my pocket. Yes.
Thank you for sharing. That was incredible.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So you guys ask her some questions. She really is good at customer care. When I look down the preferred customer genealogy report, it's like all A's, which means active, 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 active. You know, like she's on top of it. You might want to ask her about that. How she got those referrals. What did she ask? I'm going to be quiet because you guys, this is your lunch and learn. I gave you some ideas.
So how did you follow up with someone when you got this name of a person and you would call them probably and say, Susie?
It would be a little bit different with each one. Whenever they gave me the name, I would just say, is it okay if I give them a call? And they would say, you know, the customer, they would help, or there's a few of them that called me. They said they're going to call me. So I had one customer, she gave me a name of her best friend, and it took several times to get her friend on the phone with me, but when she did, she ended up ordering, and then she turned around and was telling her brother about it, and her brother put in an order for himself and for their mom. And then Amber, my customer, turned around and gave me another name, which was her ex-husband, and he called me. So some people called me, sometimes I did, and I just would ask them what, I would just kind of ask them what Amber had told them and what made them want to think they wanted to be on Juice Plus. I kind of try to think of questions like that. And then I would just explain what Juice Plus was, try to keep it real simple. And then I'd say, let me get you started, and then I'll send you some more information. That's kind of what I did. And from that, I got a new distributor because she was just sharing. So I turned back to my customer, Amber, and said, Amber, you're giving me all these referrals. Don't you want to join me? Nope, she wouldn't have anything to do with it. I said, okay. So I turned around and asked her best friend who joined me. and she's doing really well. And it's been like that. And then I've got another one, my cousin gave me some referrals. I'm still doing the back and forth with her, but I know she's going to order. And that's just kind of, I don't know, it's just a little bit different, but I mainly ask questions and kind of ask them because they heard whoever referred them gave them a story. So I asked them, what about that story? And they'd let me know. I hope that answers that.
Hi, Miss Cindy. How you doing?
Hi.
Denzel. That made a lot of sense. The last thing you said, you say when you ask them what about that story, it almost gives you like the answers to the test and like, okay, what do I present to them based on what they hear from my? Because I'm going through the same thing. I just started, and I'm just going through.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm understanding how to not only how the business works, but how the timeline works as far as reaching out to people and enlightening them on these opportunities. And that makes a lot of sense what you're saying. Like,
well, and I just try to make it more about the relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is a good presentation. It's inspiring seeing someone tell their story, how they came from. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, she started off just like you, Denzel, getting customers, right? So
yeah, I was just excited about something that I was taking and what it was doing in my body. And I would just say, hey, I'd hear a need and I would just say, hey, you need Juice Plus. This is what I'm doing. This is why, blah, blah, blah. Let me give you some information.
Yeah, and let me also add that.
Blow up on them.
Let me also add, when you said, matter of fact, I logged onto the Zoom kind of late, but the first thing you were saying as I was logging in was, it was the community that you really touched by, and like how everybody just, brings everybody up. It's like a constant cycle, feedback, a positive feedback loop that Juice Plus is. And it's a no-brainer to me, and I'm just doing my job like everybody else is, spreading the message. So yeah.
Good for you. You'll do great.
Yes,
Slow and steady, stay in line.
I want to congratulate you. I know I've been acting like a fool with my backgrounds and my music and my sunglasses, whatever, but very happy for you. You worked really hard. And I think she's a great example for all of us. Let me tell you why. I just pulled up her, obviously as a person, she's a great example, but I'm talking like business numbers. I just pulled up her 12-month analysis, and like, how when you go in your virtual office, you see all the charts. When you look at her personal customers, I looked at the last 2 years. It's like 4, 5, 3, 6. There wasn't no point where the chart went up because there was 25 customers in a month or something. When you look at now, Cindy, I'm not saying that because this is a bad thing. I'm saying because this is a good thing. She's very consistent. So I know there's some people that have like, man, I got 14 customers this month. And then the next month is like crickets. She's like a clock, just steady. And with partners, it's not like she added like 25 new team last year. She added like a couple of new team. Okay, but what she's doing is she's working consistently. You hear her talking about her team. That's the mindset you need. Everybody that's moving forward is way more focused on helping other people move forward than trying to get like lots of customers or getting me, I. It's all about serving other people. So I just want to encourage you guys, that really is the way to do it. I mean, and she's consistent, just consistent. Cindy, would you mind speaking to that consistency?
Sure. Like I said, I kind of go with that stay in line kind of thing. So like I do not let a customer's order ship without me reaching out to them. I know they get emails, I do, but I reach out to them usually just a text but sometimes phone calls. But I also try to send them little information in between the orders, always. And then if I get a canceled customer, I just kind of keep them in my loop. Like every once in a while, I might find a piece of information that might resonate with them, and I just send it to them so that I can kind of keep them in the loop. So it made it easy whenever I started. We had the Do More Good campaign. I just kind of reached back out to them and said, hey, I know you loved your Juice Plus at one time. I just assume everybody loves it. So that's what I say. I know you loved your Juice Plus at one time, and our company's having this great campaign. I didn't know if you might want to consider getting back on Juice Plus, or you might know somebody that I could talk to that would be interested. And I had like 5 canceled customers that came back, but I kept the friendship going even after they cancel the order. So I just kind of go through that routine. I don't think I'm consistent like 2 by 2 by 2. Some days it's 10 by 1 by, each day might be a little bit different, but every day I'm touching my business in some way. Some day it's more on customers. Some days it's more helping team. Some days it's more planning events and doing events, but I'm always doing something that's in the money making, that's going to drive my business some way almost every day. Even when I've had some family things that I've had to be away from home, like for 6 weeks at a time. And I would even like try to get on some Zooms, and just, if a customer or somebody reaches out to me, I just take a moment to take care of that. And I touch my business in some way every day, some days more than other days.
And I love that you said you're always learning too. You're trying to better yourself. I think that's always a key, through this business, no matter where you are in the business. So what are some of your favorite books that you've been recommending?
Oh my goodness, I have so many of them, and I just keep piling them up. So I either listen to them like when I'm driving, or I do podcasts. I do a lot of podcasts. I love Bob Hagen. He doesn't have a book, but I love his Leadership Legacy Academy. I love his thing on red light, green light stories. Let's see, one I'm reading now. Can I get it? Because I'm not good at remembering. This has been my favorite this month. Get out of your head. It says Stopping the Spiral of Toxic Thoughts. Very good. Very good.
Wow. What's the name of the author?
Jenny Allen. Yeah. One of my teammates, Sherry, recommended this to me. She was reading it. She's awesome. So I listen to anything she tells me to listen to. I don't know. I'd have to go get my box, but I have many.
What excites you the most about being a QNMD?
Oh, tell you the truth, Sharon, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. I'm just kind of in that pinch me stage. Pinch me, is this real? But I'd kind of set in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do like a 5-year plan and I'll get to NMD. And so I'm just one step away, Cindy. So that kind of excites me. And the other thing that excites me is I'm going, who's God going to bring up and put in my path that's going to get me there? Because it's going to be a teammates. It's going to be my team that does that, and that we can work together. So I'm kind of excited to see what's going to happen, because it's going to be a new journey.
That's incredible. And you're ready. You can tell, right?
I am. I'm ready.
You're totally ready. Okay. And a lot of people get scared about NMD, but do you feel like moving from, I don't know, senior sales to Q, like you're overwhelmed with more responsibility? It's kind of like you do the same responsibility, but you're serving more people. There's a leverage of time. I don't feel like it's more. And also you have great leaders.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Out,
I've had to learn, you don't want to micromanage, and you're not their boss. I just try to love on them. And if they want to do more, I'm right there. And I try to You know, if they reach out to me in any way, I try to be very available to them. If they're just happy where they're at, I'm happy where they're at, you know. So that's kind of it. But I try to always kind of keep them around the campfire, and I just always try to love on them, because I never know somebody that was like me, who just was happy at being at I guess it would be qualifying sales coordinator. I told Gloria that I'm good. I don't need to move anymore. And she just smiled and shook her head. So I just try to remember, you know, to take people where they're at. And then I never know, somebody comes up, and somebody always does, that I didn't know. I mean, look at amazing Jana. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You know, when she signed up, it was because her husband was so sick, and I took her a lot of Juice Plus, and I said, just get him started on this, and then we'll get your order in. She goes, well, I want to sign up, but I can't do anything because I've got all these commitments, but later I will. And I was like, okay, fine. And it was a year or so, and then bam, Miss Jana, she's amazing.
Wow. So you weren't worried about making the sale. You were worried about helping her husband, who is doing very well now, right?
Yes.
Awesome. That's the heart of it all. That's really it. You know?
I think so. So I think as you move up, you're just kind of ready. Like I start learning new skills, and I'm just ready.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to turn it back to Gloria for some last words, so we don't keep Cindy on the spotlight. She can be, but if you guys have more questions or whatever, we could chat it up. But Gloria, just anything that you remember about her, you know, that we can relate to the newest people on here, you know, because they're like, okay, I want to be QNMD. Well, how did she get there? Like, I know she told us a lot, but anything else that you can say that helped Cindy move along besides you being so persistent, you know?
Can't hear you, Gloria.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Okay. I want to say that Cindy, anytime she would think about, and we all kind of go through those moments where we fire ourselves and then hire ourselves the next day. And she has gone through that at times. And the thing I would always say is, I'm not going to let you go.
Things like that, you're going to break something.
Huh?
That was somebody unmuted. I got it.
Oh, okay. So I would always say to Cindy, no, I'm not going to let you go. And then she would continue on and persevere. That's probably her biggest quality, is she just stays consistent. And we learned that at a conference, and Linda does continually remind all of us, we're going to stay in line. And Cindy she just has that personality of not quitting. And I love that she keeps educating herself. She's taking the Bob Heilig course. And, you know, just, I've seen such a transformation in her. I know you have, Sharon, or anyone that's been with us this whole time, from, you know, just kind of there and now just taking charge. And I just love it. I just love the way she has changed. I told her that the other day. I said, you realize how much you have changed and grown on this journey, and team is where it's at. And we do have a great community. We get together. We had a nice get together last week, though it was sad that we had to let Kelly move on down to Florida. Kelly Marcus, you guys get a great gal down in your area.
She's on my team.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, so we all got together, and it was just so nice, because we haven't gotten together. We have people around us that might report us, who knows, but we still did. We had 16 of us. And yeah, it's been tough this last year not having live events. I think that's where our team really connects. And Cindy and I just still get together for coffee. We've done that almost, it seems like, every week for a while now, trying to figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to get more people to be involved with us. And the positive outlook that Cindy has, and you know, the verses that she picks out, we have, you know, prayer time, the kinds of things that go on, it really draws us together and makes us feel, Cindy makes everyone feel important. And I think that's a key part of her personality, making everyone else come first before your own needs. And we've heard that the more you help everyone else meet their goals, it helps you along the road as well. And she's done that. And I'm just so proud of you, Cindy. I call her Cindy Lou. That's my.
I'm Cindy Lou.
Awesome. I think we have a question in the chat. Oh, okay. It's, can you share your short and simple version of what you say Juice Plus is? Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate that.
What do I say? I just basically say it's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. It's my easy button.
Okay, there you go. Short and sweet.
That's what it is.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. I know we're all celebrating with you.
Thank you, Sharon.
An incredible accomplishment that you've worked really, really hard for. Really hard. And you're a great example for your team and for everyone who's on here to see, I can do it, right? Everybody believe that?
Everybody can. Slow and steady wins the race. Just follow on. Can I show one picture?
Yeah.
I know what she's going to share.
Is it a tortoise hair and a?
Yes, that's our story.
This is me and Gloria.
Tortoise in the hair. That's awesome.
There's me. There's Gloria.
I mean, and you're young enough that you're gonna enjoy. I mean, it's like everybody's got a certain amount of years. Why not put this effort into it? To, you know, and it's been fun and it's been rewarding and purposeful and fulfilling and, you know, all these things. So why not, you know, have that compound effect where you put that consistency into it to where the rest of your life is set.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. So I love it. I love our business. Our business is incredible.
It is an incredible business. My husband is like, I think I can retire now. I said, go for it. We'll see.
I love to hear about the husbands. Yeah, tell us about his belief. Has it grown and grown and grown over time?
You know, he's always been very supportive of me. I think at first he didn't know, he didn't think that, well, and I don't have a business mind. I have a people mind. I think of people.
I think you have a business mind now because I heard it.
Maybe so. I've learned. That's a skill you have to learn. But you know, he would just always kind of thought it was more like a hobby for me. And he's always like, you know, that's your thing. But he loves Juice Plus. He talks to people about it, but he won't give me phone numbers. He goes, no, I'm not bothering them. I said, they won't call me. But he's gotten customers for me. Even one of them that's turned into a teammate. And so he's very supportive of what I do. So he was extremely excited. Gloria was on the phone when I called him. He was very proud of me. And yeah, and he likes I just kind of like, once I reached the Comma Club, I started writing every month. I just write my paycheck on a sticky note and take it and hand it to him. And because I take care of all the bills and everything, so he had no idea. So every time I'd write it and I take it on, and as he saw it grow, that really makes a difference too. So he was very excited at the last one when I wrote it on my sticky note and showed it to him.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I love it. And what are you going to do with the bonus money?
I don't know. I've got so many things going through my mind. I mean, I would like to make another trip back to Hawaii, but we'll kind of just see how things go with traveling. If not,
too, with you.
Yeah. I don't know. I may get a new car. I don't know. Maybe a down payment on a new car. Who knows?
That's one that will last a long time, and you can always kind of relive it.
And I like road trips, so I'm like, you know, my last car I got was 2014, and it's got a lot of miles on it. Maybe it's time.
Great. I love it. Okay, so you guys, we're going to have the women's event now. So I'm glad we had Cindy on here to honor one of our women leaders. And today is International Women's Day. I probably said that wrong. Women's International Day, whatever. I don't know which way it goes. But we have from our company, our new CEO is going to be on with some women in leadership around the world as a special event at 1. Doug just put the Zoom line in. Is there a password also?
It does not say there's a password.
Okay, so
don't go yet. I'm gonna join. Let me go first. You guys got 4
he wants to
minutes.
make sure he gets in on the women's event.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay, so we're gonna click that link and go there. Okay, if you miss it somehow, you go to Stuart Cronige's business page. Let me see if I put it in Team Transformers chat. Like if there's not enough spaces, he's gonna go and come back. But you guys can go if you want. I don't want you to miss it. Just want to show you the flyer. It's this one.
And Nicole Field, you can just click right on it if you're on the computer.
Yeah, just click on it if you're
need to
if you're able to click. And so Wednesday,
Hold on, I'm checking it.
12:30 Tower Garden event on Rachel Brewer's line. So we've sent that flyer out. And Wednesday night, customer care with Jules Kilker. She's doing an amazing job. And I know Cindy mentioned some of her things. We want to get better at being great customer care people. They will turn into referrals and team members. So it's really always good to do that. So that's Wednesday night. Okay, guys.
The link is
bye
good.
for now.
Sharon, don't stop the meeting because they need the link.
Click the link if you're going to go to that, and have an awesome day. Thank you so much, Cindy and Gloria.
Sharon, you can leave the meeting.
Thank you.
And I don't cancel the meeting. I'll leave it on until everybody clicks over.
Okay, I'm making you the host.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Awesome.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Yeah, you can stop the live stream also.